Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to have a little bit of an update about Champions Path. You see, ladies and gentlemen, Champions Path came out a little bit of a while ago. And when it first came out, it was impossible to find. It was a very hyped set. It was the Charizard set. And I mean that kind of literally, like, Charizard was on the Elite Trainer box. There was a Charizard promo in the Elite Trainer box. The two good cards from the set, the two money cards, were Charizard cards. So it really kind of was the Charizard set. Well, at the time, when it first came out, you just couldn't get hold of these. It just wasn't really possible. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were around here and there, but trying to get hold of these products when they first released was a very difficult proposition indeed. But that was then. Since it released, we have found that it has been basically coming out over and over again. These products have been making their way back onto the market multiple times. They kind of keep coming. But that was then. And this is now. So I want to know what's actually happening to Champions Path. Initially, it was a very difficult set to find. It was sold out everywhere and being scalped quite spectacularly. Then it came into stock and you could basically buy whatever you wanted at RRP pretty gosh darned easily. But the tide seems to be turning. And again, I can't tell you what to do. All I'm doing is looking at the data and analysing it. But if you are interested in Champions Path, and if you are looking to get sealed product, or you want to just open some stuff, I think we might be getting to the stage where the window is starting to close. Now, the product that everybody really wants when it comes down to these is the Elite Trainer Box. Now, the Elite Trainer Box came around for $50, and the two most recent solds over on eBay are $63 and $65. Now, there's a fairly long period of time there where they were higher, frankly. We have seen these a lot higher. For a long time, they were going for around about $80. So this is a little bit lower, but by the same token, we know that Pokemon is starting to focus lately on newer products. We know that they're gearing up for the release of Celebrations. So if Pokemon are going to be putting their time and effort into printing Elite Trainer boxes, you've got to think it's going to be Celebrations. So right now, you're talking about they're probably paying somewhere in the region of $65-ish for an Elite Trainer box. And that's honestly not that much. Like I say, it's like $15 above retail. That's fine. However, these are not coming back into stock. Now, I've shown you the example many times before that there are online stores over in the UK that are selling the Elite Trainer box at the moment for $59.95, and they're in stock. And it's a weird one because this is about £7.50 above RRP, but the window seems to be closing on Champions Path. We had a good few months where it was constantly popping up in stock for RRP, and it's now starting to go away. So if we look at the pin collections, for instance, those pin collections retail at $15, and you get free packs, you get the promo, and you get the pin. They are really, really cool. I'm a huge fan of them. But it seems like they're now starting to sell for $25, $30. You can see here we got a Spikemuth Gym which went and sold for $30, and we had a pair of pin collections that went and sold for $50. And we could keep going, incidentally. There are another couple that were sold a few days ago that went for $28 each. Now, this isn't some huge markup, but it is about double. It's not amazing. You're spending probably a little bit more than you should be there. If we go to the double pin collections, however, it's not so bad. They retail for $25, and generally speaking, at the moment, you can tend to pick them up for around about $40. Now, that's still a decent increase. It's still a $15 increase, but it's not as bad as it will be in the future. And this is kind of what I'm finding about Champions Path. It is on the way out, and it looks like prices are about to start creeping up. Because you're not finding these for sale like you used to be able to. They're not coming around like they used to in the past. But having said that, it's not all doom and gloom. So there is one website over in the UK, which I won't be naming, that is selling the special pin collection for $32.95. Now, that's a bit expensive. It's above RRP, but it's available and it's out there. And if we look at the Hatterene V and Double V boxes, they're actually not too bad at all at the moment. There is a website in the UK that is selling them for about £18, which is actually just a smidge below RRP. And incidentally, if we go and have a look at them online, over on eBay, you can pick up a Double V box very easily for $25. Now, that is actually above the RRP. RRP or MSRP in the US is $20, but it's hovering there or thereabouts. But this is kind of what happens. We seem to be in the stage at the moment with Champions Path, and again, this is a prediction. I am not giving you advice. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. You can do what you like. But we seem to be at the stage at the moment where these products are a little bit above RRP some places, a little bit below some places, depending on the product. But then there are things like the individual pin collections. I'm not seeing these individual pin collections being very easy to pick up, and where they are being picked up, they tend to be above RRP. I'm seeing a few of these out there for £20 in the UK, but then again, I'm seeing some of them out there for £40, with only one or two still left in stock. So the price of these pin collections is, changing drastically. Right now, as I'm looking, there is a website in the UK that is selling the Hammerlock Gym collection for £20. That's the Duraludon one. But by the same token, if I'm looking around for the earlier ones, like the Holbury Gym, they were, remember, in the first wave release. We had the first wave and then the second wave of pin collections. Those ones I'm not finding for less than 40. Essentially all the hallmarks of a set which is on its way out. But it's weird because, like I've said, I can right now go and pick up Double V and Hatterene V boxes for below RRP. I could do that today. I could do that right this second. But does anyone really want those products? Are they as popular? And the answer is no, they're not. The pin collections are cool and likely to raise in the future. They already are. The Elite Trainer box, we all know that they tend to go nuts over time. These Hatterene and Double boxes have always been the easiest Champions Path products to find, and they still are, but you can still find these not that difficult at or around or even a little bit below RRP. So if you're looking to get Champions Path, now might be a good time to do so. It's already become extremely difficult, if not basically impossible, to find an Elite Trainer box at around RRP. The first wave of pin collections do tend to be sold quite a bit above the second wave. Those $25, $30 ones I showed you on eBay a moment ago, they were from the second wave of pin collections. The first wave of pin collections are getting pretty scarce at this stage. Like I say, they're being sold for £40 over in the UK. If we look at something like the Holbury Gym collection on eBay, again, we're seeing it being sold for $40 because that was from the first wave of pin collections, and that is just being difficult to find. And then we've got the Marnie collection. Now, the Marnie collection is a weird one. This was very much a premium product, and it wasn't always that easy to find. Now, this retails for $50, and right now, you can, it's being sold for around about $75, $80, which is about a 50% markup, which is not ideal, but it's not as bad as some of them. And I know we're at that awkward stage where I'm saying it's not as bad as some of them, but that is where we are at the moment, I'm afraid, and that is kind of a little bit sad. But I've been looking around at Champions Path over the last few days, and essentially the conclusion seems to be this. Elite trainer boxes are becoming quite difficult to find. They're being marked up a little bit as it stands, although at times they are cheaper than they have been, to be fair. The first wave of pin collections are starting to be sold at 2 or 3 times RRP. The second wave of pin collections, it's not quite that bad. The Marnie collection tends to be being sold about 50% above, which again is not so bad, but it's not ideal. But if you want Champion's Path, you've still got the Double and Hatterene V boxes that are still widely available. Now, all I'm doing here is making predictions and analysing things as I see them. It's up to you. But if you're looking to get Champion's Path, it released a while ago now. Remember, Champion's Path was pre-Shining Fates. And now we're also getting celebrations. I think it is absolutely fair to assume that Champion's Path is no longer a priority for Pokemon and is not going to be reprinted in big numbers, and this is starting to be represented in the prices we're seeing, and I think it's only going to get worse. I'll be honest, it's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be when I started looking at this, but make no mistake about it, these products are on the way out, and it seems like prices are going up steadily. So if you're looking to pick up these things, might I suggest you maybe do so sooner rather than later? Although, to be clear, like I've said, I'm analysing and telling you how I'm thinking about it. I am not giving you advice, and if you do buy them and they turn out to crash in price very shortly, I apologise. I don't expect that to happen, but I suppose you can never rule it out. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I thought it was about time for an update on Champion's Path. Now we've given it, but I want to know what you think. What are you seeing around you? Are you finding Champion's Path is quite easy to pick up at RRP, or are you finding that it is going up and up as time goes and getting more and more difficult to find? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.